Hi everyone, Didier Lumiere here, founder and director of Fixon Media Group, going to be reviewing another exemplary brand story film today and providing you with the 3 key takeaways that your brand can implement in your own video marketing to excel just like this brand here has done. And the film that we are reviewing today is by Starbucks UK. It was released in August 2022 and its title is Every Table Has a Story. So throughout the film, you'll follow the journey of a young graphic designer by the name of Kay Davis. I won't ruin anything else for you because you're going to have a watch along with me of the film in just a moment. And throughout the film, we're going to pause at key points where I'll highlight to you what the production company and Starbucks have done incredibly well and why it works and why it will work for your brand as well. So without further ado, let's jump into the film. So in these opening 10 seconds of the film, I want to draw your attention to 3 key details. The first is the music. You'll notice that the music is very slow, it's very soft, and it uses mostly a piano. Now this is very different to what we see in commercials. Commercials are normally quite up-tempo, trying to grab our attention. And as a viewer, once we hear that up-tempo music, we put our defensive guard up and we're getting ready for the pitch that is incoming from the business on the screen. But in this context, Starbucks have opted for a slower song. And because of that, as a viewer, that defensive guard doesn't come up because it's something different that we're being presented with. So instead of having our defensive guard up, we become a little bit more engrossed in what is presented in front of us. The second key part of that, and why it also engrosses us into the film, is the use of sound effects. You'll notice that there's a very heavy tracking of all the sounds in the cafe. You've got the sounds of Kay drawing on her papers. You can hear the blenders in the background of the coffee machines, all the talking and the hustle and bustle of the cafe. And that's all done very deliberately. They could have, as a production company, as the sound artist on the film, they could have pushed these sounds down a little bit more and just had us focusing on the vision and the music. But they've decided to make the sound effects very, very obvious. And that is to do with bringing us into the scene. The sound effects make us feel like we are actually experiencing what is being shown to us. And that is supplemented by the third key thing to look at the moment, which is the camera movement. You'll notice that in a lot of commercials, everything is very, very smooth. It's free-flowing, everything is absolutely perfect. In this context, you could very, very easily be forgiven for mistaking the camera as being shaky. And it is shaky, 100% it is. But it's been done deliberately. And again, that is to show that as a viewer, we're in the scene. We're actually there experiencing and looking at Kay Davis. The shaky footage makes it seem like it's a point of view of our perspective. And when you match that with the sound effects and then the slow paced music, suddenly as a viewer, we're engrossed in the film. So let's continue to watch.
Hey, I've just finally got some time to do my own thing.
I'll send you a link.
I'm doing some prints, trying to make accessories from them.
Oh, I'm really, really happy you like them.
Hey, it's Kay Davis.
What's happened?
To be honest.
So I'll just stop it there. You may have noticed that the music changes pace quite frequently in the last 20 seconds. As we see Kay having lots of success, the music increases in pace, and as she starts to have a few failures come through, it starts to slow down in pace again, back to where we were at the start. And again, it goes back to engaging us as a viewer into the story that is unfolding in front of us. We're riding the roller coaster of the music, and we're riding the roller coaster of the emotions, and that captivates us as a viewer. We're also feeling like that we're part of Kay's journey because of the use of shots in this film. You would have noticed that there are many variations of the same shot at the same angle, different times of day, on different days, and in different seasons. Again, this is just to show that the journey is progressing over an extended period of time. Let's go back into the film.
It's just not what we're looking for.
So the music's now stopped in the film. This is because Kay stepped away from the Starbucks cafe. She's had repeat failures over and over again. And as a viewer, we start to feel sorry for her. We're extremely connected to this character now. And we can feel what it feels to be her. We know what it feels like to have failure. So we can feel those emotions come through. So we feel sorry for her, And Starbucks done a great job because now we're fully committed to the film. We're totally engrossed in it now. And that music stopped again. I spoke about it before. The roller coaster of the music, riding that roller coaster of emotions. The music's now stopped. And as a result, we're drawn further into the film because it's like, well, what's going to happen now? Is she going to come back? Is she gone forever? Is that it? Has she failed? Or is she going to come back? And as we see in the final bits of the film, she does come back. That music picks back up again. And we feel the success that she has.
Okay. Hey, good to see you.
I love the close of this film. A very, very subtle logo placement at the rear of the restaurant and the statement on the screen, every table has a story. This is what the best brand story films do. There's no pushing of an agenda, no pushing of a message. Everything is done subconsciously. So we see the success of Kay at the end of the film, where she's been featured in a magazine as a one to watch, an upcoming graphic designer. So we feel that success. We see that statement, every table has a story. And we subtly see the Starbucks logo at the rear window of the restaurant. So when we put that all together, subconsciously, we associate the success with the story, with our story, and then with Starbucks. They've done a really good job here. So what then are the 3 key takeaways from the film that your business, your brand can implement to improve your own video marketing? Number 1 is that Starbucks don't promote their product or their service or their brand throughout this film. Instead, they're communicating a story, and that's connecting with us as viewers. And that's so important to remember. The best brand films, they don't push a message, they push a story. And we as viewers get engrossed and are then attracted to the story, which attracts us to the brand. And this is all done subconsciously. Second is that use of music and sound effects. The music sets the mood for the film, and because it's different to the regular high-paced, up-tempo music that we witness in commercials, it's something a bit different, so we're drawn to that. We want to know what it is, because humans, we're inquisitive creatures. We want to know what's going on. So when there's something a little bit out of the norm, a little bit outside the ordinary, we need to figure out why that is. And then, as I said earlier, the sound effects in this film are fantastic. They've boosted up the levels on the sound effects to make it really seem like that we're in the film, we're in the cafe, seeing everything unfold in front of us. And as I mentioned before, that third key takeaway is that the film ends on success at the top of the roller coaster. And as a result of that, we're feeling a high when we finish watching the film. We see the success. We see that statement come up, every table has a story, which makes us think, what's our story? And we affiliate success with Starbucks and our story. Brings it all together. And the next time that we're out thinking, what's my story going to look like? What's my success going to come from? And we see Starbucks as we walk down the street, we might just pop in there to sit down and have a coffee. So I hope you've enjoyed this review of the Starbucks Every Table Has a Story brand story film. Looking forward to putting out more of these across the coming weeks and months, as they've been extremely popular so far. So I do encourage you to go through the past ones by heading to my profile and clicking on the videos tab under posts. Please feel free to reach out with any comments or DM me with any further questions as well. See you soon.